but not one to see again. Let's hope he hasn't bought the DVD. Blue shirt but red face after this air shot let Andy Gray in to score for Charlton. Here's Oldham in a very tasteful kit against Yeovil. A mix-up between Ruben Hayes and the goalkeeper allows Tomlin to tap in. I'm not sure what the keeper was doing. With Hazel wearing that kit, it's not as if he can claim not to have seen him. Doncaster v Burnley up next, and the Burnley defence seemed to really want to give James Coppage the ball. Not once, but twice. Lovely finish though. It looks to me like the defenders may have been playing a game of headers and volleys, and not very well. We're in Kent now, the Garden of England, and I imagine Gillingham's Mark Bentley wishes he stayed at home to do a bit of guarding. As he goes to cut out this through ball, he somehow ends up sprawled on the turf to let Bradford in to score. Perhaps he's checking for weeds. Tranmere's Ian Goodison looks to shepherd the ball out of play. When he realises it's not going to get there, he remains calm and assured with a well-hit back pass that never looks like reaching the keeper. What is he doing? Bayern Munich again here. A nice scissor kick cutting out the Sampaoli defence before Marcus Torrens shows how adept he is at defending. Sorry, I meant inept. Inept at defending. It's no wonder Sampaoli lost this game 8-1. Here's Philip Volscheid of Nuremberg with an awful first touch. The next touch was much better. Unfortunately for Nuremberg, it belonged to Hoffenheim's Sigurdsson. First rule of goal kicks, make sure you aim it towards a teammate. Second rule of goal kicks, make sure they're where it's coming. There's trouble brewing for the Brewers. What's the keeper now? A far better kick. Hartlepool and Sweeney at it here. Watch out for a lovely dummy from Dale Bennett. This really is top draw. You can't buy class like that, but would you want to? You've heard of Hulk that plays for Porto. Well, Maxfield Town have got a different superhero playing for them, the Invisible Man. That's who Nat Brown was passing to against Huddersfield. I couldn't see him though. Bury v Peterborough in the FA Cup, and against all odds, everyone's favourite bandana wearing FA Sodgy's weak header gives the ball straight to Craig McHale-Smith. I don't know what the bandana's made of, but it was certainly a silky touch. We're at Gillingham again, in front of the Rainham end, and as the saying goes, it never rains. John Nutter's mistake here isn't a great advert for football, but neither is the rest of the defending. Still, this whole sequence is a pretty good advert for this DVD. What were they all doing? Here's Haitian defender Bruni making a huge mistake against Argentina. He didn't actually miscontrol it, there was a bobble on the pitch. It must have fallen out of one of the Argentinian players' hair. First touch was good, the second, well, we'll say no more about it. Within the midst of an 8-goal thriller between Bournemouth and Tranmere, Josh McCoy found himself chasing a hat-trick, and it always helps when the opposition defenders apply the final pass. Aaron Creswell with the assist here, perfectly weighted. We're off to Albania now for a Euro 2012 qualifying match. The visitors are Belarus, who would have fancied their chance of winning this one, but it's made slightly harder if one of your defenders does this. Look out! Look out! He's behind you. Alexander Martinovic with absolutely no appreciation of what's going on around him. Is it Panto season? A familiar face here as Paul Sharma demonstrates what happens when he's not sporting a ludicrous hairdo. Not only does he fluff his attempt to cut the pass out, he then manages to get nutmegged before Tunchai brings some form of art to proceedings. Comedy goal from the Austrian. Here we see a classic example of how you think you're doing everything right until it goes wrong. As a midfielder, tracking back to help your defence is generally to be applauded and makes sense, at least in theory. In practice though, the theory is undermined if you're just going to do that. Perhaps Slovakian defender Jan Derika was so damaged by his team being 3-0 down at home to Armenia, he thought he may as well provide the visitors with another goal. This move is known as the Cruyff turn. Doesn't look much like the Dutch legend to me though, and just giving the ball away for the fun of it won't please his manager either. Argentina versus Brazil at any level of football should provide a showcase of talent. Maybe they just use these tournaments to whistle out the dross and ensure those responsible for this kind of blunder are never seen or heard of again.